example, there's a famous photograph of John Paul II in India, and he is there's an Indian woman who is touching his forehead. And sometimes this gets portrayed as a priestess of Shiva giving John Paul II some kind of pagan anointing or pagan mark on his forehead, and that this is evidence that he's a heretic and is not a valid pope. Well, the problem is that this is all wrong. In fact, the woman in the picture is a Catholic. She's not a priestess of Shiva. She's a Catholic, and what she's doing is a rite of greeting that is commonly used in India among Catholics, and specifically for the celebrant of a Mass, it's often used. It's a rite called Arti, A-A-R-T-I, and it is something that is not at all what it's represented as.
If you travel in India, you'll see a variety of marks adorning people's foreheads and bodies. Such marks indicate their affiliation with a particular group or their devotion to a certain form of god or demigod. Anyone who is familiar with the Vedic tradition knows that many of its followers wear markings on their foreheads. This is called tilak. Some tilak markings are made with ash, some with clay or soil. Some are red dots with kumkum or dyed rice flour. This very powerful yogic technique of applying tilak comes directly from the Vedas and is used to purify the body, mind, and consciousness. It purifies the effects of material existence just before performing any spiritual or devotional activities. Both of these practices are part of the secret practices of the Indian Brahmanas, who are self-realized yogis and know the real truth about spirit and God. This process of applying tilak also purifies the nadis, or the energy centers of the body, from all material contamination, so that one can concentrate on a mantra in meditation or other spiritual practices.
But even if the Pope had allowed a pagan to touch his forehead and do something on it, that wouldn't of itself mean that he was a heretic. It could mean he didn't know what was happening. It could also mean he mistakenly allowed it to happen. But making a mistake, having erroneous ideas about interreligious dialogue and how to be polite to people from other cultures is something that does not make you a heretic.
Shiva.